Now, that said, I just quickly wanted to run through the squad because I don't think they're in such a bad position as some people suggest, right? Ter Stegen, fine, right? We agree. Piqué is admittedly a bit of an issue as he gets older. Maybe you can negotiate a pay cut if he wants to keep playing, or maybe he moves upstairs. You work it out. Longley, I don't think is a problem. He's not a superstar, but he's not a problem. Araujo, is a solid player anyway. Mingueza, I think nobody likes, but I didn't like, but as a third defender,
as a squad player,
he's okay. As a squad player, it's fine.
You might get Eric Garcia, who
doesn't drive me.
No,
I'm not wild about Eric Garcia, but if it's Eric Garcia on a free and he understands the situation, then
why not?
That's not going to hurt. Obviously, you would like to move Titi. You might not be able to. At right back, if you have to spend another season with Dest and Sergio Roberto, I think you're okay, and you got Mingueza there too.
Emerson is coming back from his loan at Betis as well, and I think he's the best Barcelona right back, although he hasn't played for them this season.
He probably is, but you're in that situation where Emerson is actually a saleable asset.
Completely.
Right. So maybe you can raise a little bit of money there.
Yeah.
Left back, I think Jordi Alba had a tremendous end to the season.
Yeah.
And I think you can still get a couple good years out of him. In midfield, again, Busquets.
It's a conundrum for me, Gab. I don't know. Yes, at times, of course, he's been great. And he's still a genius in what he knows how to do, which is control the pace of a game. But he can't run anymore.
No.
I mean, I know he's never really been able to, but even less now.
I think there are games when you get away with Busquets and games that you won't. But your core, Busquets and De Jong, Pjanic, again, ideally you would move him somewhere else if you can. That might be very difficult. I think Ilaish, I don't know if he's ready to become a regular part of the rotation. And of course, Pedri's great. I think you do need another body in there. Just somebody in terms of effort. Doesn't even need to be, unless you think Sergio Roberto can play midfield, which you don't believe he can.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
You go.
Thank you.
Further up.
But then what? So Ricky Puig, you sell and raise some money. Carlos Alenia, you sell and you get some money. And potentially...
I don't know what money you're going to get for these guys in this market. I think you might need to loan them and hope that they do well, and then maybe you get some money back. I mean, Alenia hasn't exactly torn it. He went to the wrong club.
No. Yeah, probably.
But and then further up, I think, that's obviously the issue, because Griezmann. Oh, we have Coutinho too. Let's not forget.
Oh God, I'd forgotten about him.
I mean,
surely his future is limited at the club. And again, I don't know where you can send him and who will buy him at what price.
You loan him somewhere, you pay some of his wages, you reduce the wage bill. I think that is the best solution,
Yeah,
unless
probably.
the new manager says, I can relate to Coutinho. We're on the same wavelength. We can work together well.
Yeah.
Griezmann is another one. Again, I would sell him if you could, but you can't. So, boom, make it work. Griezmann, Messi,
Dembele.
And then you need a center forward. To be honest, if you can get a center forward on a free transfer,
What, Sergio Aguero?
Memphis.
Yeah, but Memphis is not the center forward that they need.
Not the type of center forward that they need.
It's not the profile that they need. It's not a profile that is going to work.
If I can get Aguero to come on a 2-year deal, or even a 1+1 deal, like a Cavani type deal, and I say, Sergio, you made a ton of money. You got to come and you got to give me a house discount. You want to play for Barcelona, go back to Spain, great.
With Messi.
You get to play with Messi. Maybe Messi takes a pay cut and gives it to Aguero. I don't care. But something like that, as long as you don't want to be tied into those long-term monster contracts.
Yeah.
If you can do all that, then you can reduce your wage bill. Not net out in terms of your spending this summer, and still have a competitive team with some of these guys who I think can get better. And Ansu Fati's back. We haven't mentioned him.
He'll be back at some point,
That's a game changer.
Yeah, it should be.
It gives you a lot of options. So I'm not as negative.
No.
I don't think they'll be favorites to win La Liga next year. But if they get a manager who Messi likes, and if Messi resigns, and they make these basic steps. Now, if they start, borrowing more money to go and let's spend 80 million on Gravenberch, and I'm gonna be like, no.
No, definitely.
This will come back to bite.
But there's also a lack of character, Gab, in that team that we saw in the Granada game, that we saw again in the Levante game, that we saw against PSG, where they lack personality. I think there's something there that is missing. that you can't just replace by keeping this squad together and going get Eric Garcia or Memphis Depay.
Yeah, and I think you make a great point. I don't normally like it when people talk about character and personality because I'm like, it's all fuzzy stuff.
Yeah.
But this is where it has to become Frenkie de Jong's team because he has the character.
Yeah.
This is where you have to have a natural thing where, all right, Messi's obviously the leader, but Frenkie, you're going to be our leader, in terms of in the trenches. You're going to be the guy. You're going to be what Gerard Piqué was. Okay? And, if Gerard's there, he can help. But this has to become your team and be your team for the next 5 years. If you can do that, a top 4 finish, assuming, of course, you don't get a 2-year ban from the Champions League, which we'll be getting to later in the show. But again, I don't think the future is as dark.
No, but there's still a lot of issues to sort out.
If you get these big calls right, and if Messi collaborates.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.